Yeah, and there's a bunch of new players coming in as well, right? So it's going to be quite different, but nonetheless, it's going to be entertaining. It will. I know it'll be good.
I love those beefs, man.
Oh,
I lived for them beefs.
Yeah, hopefully Beefstroke will be there too. True.
What was the name? What was the name of the Muslims team?
Benny and the Boys.
Benny and the Boys. Yeah, great banter with the Grub Lubba Dub Dubs. That was fun. But anyway, yes, we do apologize for that downtime, but we have caught our players now, and we're going to be kicking off this series on 2,000 atmospheres. LE, we're in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have our red Protoss player coming down from the land of China. We, of course, have the player who is going to be representing Good Game Gaming, GGG. We have Cyan.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player. He is teal, representing Into the Clan. It is FarmY.
I'm eyeing this probe right now that FarmY's sending out.
Yeah.
The series against Rangers, any indication to go off
of. He does seem like a very aggressive player. All that we've seen from FarmY so far is Proxy Stargate or Proxy Robo. I don't think we've seen FarmY ever expand and take a natural. Not yet.
Oh, he literally hasn't. Yeah, now that I think about it. He was teasing us with it in game number 2, but in the end decided, you know what, I can win this anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really curious if he does have a reputation. It's one of those things where I believe this may be the first time we're casting FarmY, despite the fact that he has been around for a very long time. Kind of like Gyalzing and some of these other players, like 3Point as well. Like, he has been a ladder hero on the Korean scene for a couple of years.
Yeah, I definitely recognize the name, but I'm with you that I don't ever recall casting FarmY. I was about to say, wait, Fork? But no, those are two very different players.
Both
Their
Korean,
names
though.
are similar.
Yeah,
both Korean and both similar names. But yeah, speaking of a reputation,
yeah, he does not disappoint, as once again we do have a Proxy Robo being thrown down here in the middle of the map. This time though, Cyan hasn't scattered it, not yet. He did go into the main base, he confirmed that there was only one pylon, so he knows that another pylon is somewhere out on the map.
he is going to be searching for it, but I don't think he suspects it to be right by the tower.
Yeah, I mean,
being sent that way, though.
He's rallied here on the left-hand side, which makes sense, right? Like, if there was a Proxy Stargate, this is exactly where it would be in. Like, Cyan is even sending his Stalker here, so he knows that something is wrong, and there we go. His second Stalker actually does come across the Proxy, but a little bit too late. The Stalkers are already here to defend it.
That they are, and the Immortal is just barely out as well. Production started right now on a Void Ray, but this is... Correct me if I'm wrong, like, because it's been a while since I've seen this, but this is just about best case scenario for the Proxy Robo player, isn't it? When your opponent goes for a Stargate.
It really is. We'll see. I mean, it also depends on a lot of the target fire and the positioning. Meanwhile, speaking of, already the Immortal getting caught out a little bit. Already the shields being popped.
A bit of an unfortunate misrally here from FarmY. Another one, no! The Immortal just keeps splitting up.
Immortal, come help! You're not a part of the fight. Shaking my head.
I know a shortcut, man. I'll be there.
Yeah, a little bit of unfortunate part there. Yeah, one of the songs is no. The warp is not again. It goes down.
Immediately gets targeted, but so does the Void Ray. And so now there's really nothing to contest this Immortal from the side of Cyan. Fortunately for FarmY, though, he does need to remake that Warp Prism. He would much rather have 2 Immortals than a Warp Prism by now, but it's not how this game is meant to go, it seems.
Yeah, I want to keep count. What is this? The fifth Warp Prism that he's lost today? In the tournament. So we'll see. Yeah, the 4th. There was 3 in the previous game. But hopefully FarmY
Did
can
he lose
keep...
any in game 1?
He didn't make any. It was a proxy Stargate. So
Oh,
otherwise, I'm sure he
okay.
would have lost some. But
Right.
here we go. Once again, he's heroes across the map. I do appreciate that FarmY did invest in some of these adepts because Immortals don't really... They tickle adepts. Adepts are going to tank a lot of those shots. But what about the Stalkers? And once again, FarmY, he's finding a way into the main base.
It's one of those things that you wouldn't... that doesn't really seem to make sense, but yeah. Adepts are just about the best anti-immortal unit you can get. That is the 5th point rate to go down today for FarmY, but I think it doesn't quite matter yet. Oh, the warping of Zealots, though.
Yeah,
should be enough to deal with the Stalkers.
Exactly, in this like small compact space, the Zealots are actually dealing a lot of damage, and GG gets called. Cyan defends and takes game number 1.
Wow. That was clean.
Yeah,
well, no, that was actually very dirty, but once he cornered FarmY into his base, there was just no other alternative.
Yeah, it was very
no other way that game could have gone.
It was very chaotic. But it was really interesting to see the dynamic of some of those gateway units. Like, even though Cyan was warping in Zealots, because in the main base, like, there wasn't a lot of room to micro and to kite, the Stalkers of FarmY were really having a hard time getting away from the Zealots, and actually, you know, kiting and dealing their damage.
Yeah. Also doesn't help that the SimCity definitely favored Zealots in that that position. There wasn't really a whole lot of opportunity for FarmY to get behind anything, to get any cover anywhere for Stalkers.
Oh yeah. I also didn't help that he kept losing his
Cyan
Warp
set it
Prisms,
up. No, that's Warp Prism number 5 today, guys. That FarmY has lost.
All right, people in the chat, are we gonna get a 6? Are we gonna get a 7?
What was Patience's record? 17 in a single tournament, or something like that.
Oh god.
If it gets there. Anyway, we are going to be continuing our series now onto Hardwire LE. We're in the top right-hand corner map, spotting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We, of course, have our red Protoss player coming down all the way from the land of China. Almost playing from the land of Poland, but thankfully that got resolved fairly recently. So, yeah, he is back in China now. We're representing Good Game Gaming GGG. We have the Time Slayer, Cyan.
Not Maxed. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss. War Prisms fear him, but he won't stop making them. Representing into the clan, it is FarmY.
Not 4GG.
True.
Don't know where I was going with that. Not Patience.
Yes. Maybe Patience, maybe.
Yeah, we don't know that for sure.
Oh god. At least we do see someone to maybe take the mantle of Patience in his absence. You know, keep it warm, while Patience is off in the military, so you can come back to reclaim it.
Hopefully, one day.
One day. And my question to you is: are we going to see a proxy Robo or a Stargate? It's gonna be one or the other.
I feel like, I don't know. It seems like FarmY has been alternating a little bit, but maybe it's also a map-specific thing for him, right? In the shorter maps, like Curious Minds or Leningrad, he'll go for the Stargate, but on the more macro maps, he'll go for the Robo? Question mark? We'll see.
Yeah,
We're about to get our answer.
We'll see which one the coin lands on once he flips it. You know, is it going to be the Stargate or the Robo? At the moment, I do appreciate that FarmY actually delayed the pylon. He threw down his second pylon in his main, so for all intensive purposes, this looks pretty normal, like relatively normal. But oh my god, Cyan scouted anyway. Jesus Christ. Ay.
Yeah, I was gonna go into this whole thing of like, yeah, sometimes it's better to delay the proxy just to, you know, really, because then you get the mind games going, you know, you can really make your opponent think that something is going on, but yeah, I guess it's a moot point if it gets scouted anyway.
Yeah, and this is where I have to wonder, is FarmY even playing right now? Because the Madman throws down a Nexus for the first time in the entire tournament.
We make 5 Warp Prisms and 1 Nexus in the entire tournament so far. I want to point that out.
Let's go. I want to see a game 3. Please, let's go. Oh god. But what I love right now, as FarmY was able to shut down both of those adepts, is that Cyan was unable to get into the natural. He is playing in the dark right now. He's finally going to probe scout, and he will confirm that there is a Nexus, but up until this point he didn't really know how aggressive FarmY was being.
Yeah, and to be fair, he is still going to double check that pylon once again, but yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed that we're not getting another full-blown chaotic PvP.
Oh no, we'll get there. It's
But I should appreciate the yeah. But I guess I should appreciate the macro game while we get it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, man, we're gonna have plenty of PvPs today. Speaking of, oh my god, no, the stasis goes off, and how many probes were just caught? Jesus Christ!
1, 2, 3,
14.
13, 14.
Jesus Christ! Basically, the entire mineral line goes down. FarmY unfortunately just wasn't looking at the right time, and now we have a second Oracle. Now we have enough to one-shot these workers.
Exactly. Whereas previously, it only seemed like the probes were dead. Now the probes can actually die.
And speaking of dying, we do see once again FarmY is going for that War Prism, so he he's well aware of his iconic unit. Let's go.
He's going to be using it with Blink as well, so he wants to be very aggressive here.
Oh
I
yes.
suppose this is the next best thing if you don't get a proxy up.
Speaking of, though, the sentry goes down immediately, and unfortunately the natural base was completely exposed. The stalkers were not in position whatsoever, and this is brutal because the War Prism signifies that FarmY wants to be aggressive, but to like have your economy hindered like this, your economy is so important when you're going for an all-in.
Exactly. You're not going to be making any probes for quite a while. You can't afford to be losing them either. Not only that, but the presence of these oracles also keeps a decent chunk of the stalkers back. Not only is he going to have a weaker push here, but his push also gets delayed by so long.
Exactly, and when it comes to the push, I feel like Cyan is already reading it. Like, he knows how much economic damage he dealt, and now he's getting ready at home. We have 2 shield batteries, we have backup pylons in the main base as well. He's positioning himself in the main, just in case that War Prism shows up, so he is more than prepared for what is coming his way.
Yeah, this is just about the best positioning that Cyan can get. With the information he has available. He's even throwing down backup pylons because he knows that the stalkers can blink on top of one of them and really shut down the production just like that. And there comes the blink, but here come the Immortals.
Yeah, the Immortals woke up. There's a shield battery in the main base as well with an overcharge if need be. And I love how patient Cyan is being. He's just waiting for this force field to finish up, and he's got 3 Immortals. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, great target firing from FarmY, being able to take out one of them immediately, but there's still 2 more to deal with behind that. A lot of the stalkers are starting to go down for Cyan, though. Does FarmY have enough to overwhelm? Almost, but that battery overcharge is going to help out a ton.
Oh my god, we
see Immortals alive. Stalkers blink on forward. But they leave the War Prism vulnerable, so now Cyan just needs to survive.
Yeah, 6 War Prisms have gone down this game. He's trying to focus down this Immortal as best he can, and it looks like he may get it, but at the end of the day, the Stalkers are going to be more than enough. He gives up on the Immortal. He goes for the low ground, goes for the Mineral Line, and sure, he picks up a couple of workers, but FarmY is still behind in that probe count. Do you not have the soundbite anymore? What happened?
I have the soundbite. So what happened is that my whatchamacallit headphone cable got completely messed up. And I was panicking because I couldn't get a replacement anytime soon. But then I remembered, wait a minute, these are Bluetooth headphones that I've been using wired this entire time. But then I realized that I don't have a Bluetooth adapter. So I'm using a quote-unquote solution
Yeah.
where I'm streaming audio to my phone, and then I'm connecting the headphones to my phone from there.
Right. I remember
It's not ideal at all.
I remember you talking about that earlier. Yeah, so unfortunately we're not gonna have the Korean GGs. It's bad, man.
My phone actually rang a little while ago, and it completely cut off everything you were saying.
Yeah, god damn.
When I came back, I was just like, yep.
Shaking my head. But with this...
Hey, congratulations to Cyan.
Yeah, congratulations, Cyan. He will move on to the very first semifinals. We are already here in Los Semifinales, and he already has an opponent ready and waiting.
Man, this bracket's going quite by quick.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's what happens when you don't have any Terran players.
Looking at you, Kior. What's going on? What's happening?
Head. Björn.
Ryung. Gumiho.
Hey, both jumped on to Gumiho. Special Juan.
Yeah, Juanito. Ay.